our next speaker just walked in the door. Yes. You don't need to go to the bathroom or something? No, she's good.
You guys just bear with me a little bit.
Okay, take a deep breath.
We're here.
All right. You guys thought that I didn't have a boss. I have a boss. This is my boss. So this is Jayne Nolan, and she's the executive director of the American Avalanche Association. And you know what, team? She's slaying it. And she's, yeah. So tell us what's up, Jayne. Thought you made it.
I know. You guys, I came straight from WYSAW, a little winded. I was running in for the 3:15 slot, so glad you're a few minutes behind. Where's the clicker? Oh, it's here. But I'm excited to give you an A3 update. We had a really good member meeting last night with our Colorado constituent. We had some election results come through, so a lot to report on today. Really quickly, you guys are familiar with the U.S. avalanche industry, but A3 is really honored to work with people in each sector of the industry, and I think really values our position as hoping to bring people together and kind of represent the best of the industry. In terms of what A3 does, again, I think most people here are professionals, but really quickly at a high level, we really take pride in our education and training, running the pro training program and overseeing rec education guidelines. We also have a big outreach and advocacy arm. We work really closely with the National Avalanche Center to operate avalanche.org. We really try to do our best to offer professional development opportunities to avalanche workers across the U.S. We support SAWs like this one and ISSW, and then we have a webinar series that we try to do every winter for pros. And then we have a research and publications arm, which if you're familiar with Lynn Wolf, you're familiar with TAR, and we have a couple other publications that we also put out, SWAG and the Snowy Torrents. So that's kind of A3 in a nutshell. And here's the member benefits that you all receive as professional members of the association. I'm not going to really dive into them, but we've tried really hard the last 4 years now, to build up these benefits for members and really help offer more to our affiliate and pro members and really support them as best we can. If you ever have ideas for additional benefits of your membership, please always know that you can reach out to me. We're always looking to improve and expand these member benefits. A little bit about our work last year. A lot of you will recognize this infographic here. It's in the latest issue of the Avalanche Review. And I wanted to hit on a few points that I think are just worth noting because it's an impressive amount of work that's being done on behalf of the membership. First is 18 of 22 avalanche centers are using the forecasting platform on avalanche.org, which I think we're really proud of, and we're really, again, excited to work with the National Avalanche Center on that program. 8 teams were awarded resilience grants last year. This was our most awarded yet, and so they received funding for training on mental health and trauma at work. We also awarded 7 individual resilience grants. Oh my gosh, you guys, the screen is right here. I don't need to crane my neck. So sorry, didn't notice that. We awarded 7 individual resilience grants, and these were for people to receive therapy. And they're $500 grants. It's a really easy application process, and so we were just excited that we could support our members in this way. We also awarded 9 scholarships for professional training. We are just about to announce, I think there's like 10 or 12 new pro training scholarships this year. So if you're a member, keep your eyes on your member email and on social media because we're growing this program. Last year, we also posted over 100 jobs to our job board. If you're not familiar with this resource, please utilize it. Any new jobs, I know YDOT is hiring, I think. So if you're interested in working for YDOT, look up Cronin. Other work we did last year, we supported 11 SAWs. I think we gave out more than $20,000, which we're really excited about. And the one thing about the SAWs that's cool, not everyone gets to go to ISSW or kind of the international conferences, and I think one of the best ways we can support members is making sure they have access to professional development in their home turf. So we're really excited to continue growing this program. Last year we awarded 2 research grants. We also, can't read that. We published over 10,000 or printed over 10,000 copies of the Avalanche Review, and we offered 2 professional development seminars. In terms of education, I'm going to run through this briefly, but a lot of work was done last year, and not everyone in this room is an educator, so you might not be familiar with A3's role and what happened kind of behind the scenes. Jen Reddy is not here today, but she's responsible for a significant portion of this work. On the pro side, one of the biggest pieces we did last year was an industry-wide needs assessment of the Pro 1 course. So we basically said, what's working, what's not working, and we surveyed students, practitioners, and employers to really understand where the gaps were. And as a result of that, every single pro provider met in the spring, and they went through and updated the proficiencies and guidelines for the Pro 1 course. And it's really notable because that hasn't happened since the ProRec split. So it was really cool to see all of those people in the same room and see progress to make sure that course continues to be an asset to the pro training program and to employers. On the rec side, a ton of notable stuff as well. This was overseen by Jason Simons-Jones on our team. And most notable, Jason was hired. And this was the first time that A3 has had a full-time education manager overseeing rec education. So it was really, I think, beneficial to our providers, and they had a kind of full-time resource that they could lean on. And the other pieces of that work that I think are really notable is Jason launched a rec provider working group and a motorized specific working group. And I think the motorized group met like 12 times in the last year, and they've really been reviewing the proficiencies and guidelines and curriculum standards for those level 1, level 2 rescue awareness courses. So a lot of work was done on the education front last year. And if you see Jen Reddy when she gets back from her world travels, please tell her thank you, because she's been working really hard on your behalf. Finally, important updates from A3. We had our annual member meeting last night. Really successful. I think we had like 60 people turn out. This is maybe a little old. It's not. Research grants are due November 17th, so if you're interested in getting funding for a research-based project, please check the A3 website, and there's an application, information, and you can always email me if you have questions. Swag app. Last year I was here, I showed a really exciting video of a swag app that we were developing. We'd hoped to release it last December. Turns out Apple is a real pain in the rear to work with, and so it is live on Google, but we are hoping to clear the final hoop to get approved as an Apple app in the next 2 months, and then we'll do a big public launching of it. But we want it to be equitable to our iPhone users, so we haven't said anything yet, but if you do have a Google phone, you can access Swag as an app today. And I think you just look up Swag in the App Store. Other things, I mentioned the scholarships, those are going to be announced the next couple of weeks. Keep your eyes peeled on your member email. And then our winter webinar series, we're also starting to plan for. I think in November we have Doug Chabot doing a really cool presentation on remotely forecasting in Afghanistan. So keep your eyes peeled for that invite. And then the last piece I wanted to hit on, we put out a statement recently about the U.S. Forest Service hiring freeze, and you're welcome to go to our social media to look at that statement, but essentially A3 really values our partnership with the U.S. Forest Service and the National Avalanche Center, and we want to support regional avalanche centers and those employees as much as we can. So we encourage you to go look at that update and reach out to your representatives and to people within your own regional forecast areas to let them know how valuable you think their work is. And finally, thank you to our partners. We really couldn't do this work without them, and they are also supportive of this SAW. So if you see any of these folks around, I think I saw Howie as I was coming in, tell them thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow night at an A3 member appreciation night with Mammut. Yeah. Mic drop.